I'm really looking forward to whatever you discovered.
Well, I have to say that the theater kept us on our toes.
At one point, Barry and I were investigating the basement, and we ended up finding this little tunnel, and we weren't in there very long, and we started hearing what sounded like voices. We were able to catch what sounds like a voice on our audio.
Okay.
Comes in here.
You can hear help.
Mm-hmm. That's what some of the team were believing as well.
We heard voices a few times, and lucky enough, we were able to catch what we think is a second voice on one of the recorders.
Yes, I kind of understood "let me," but I couldn't make out the last word.
That's kind of where we were stuck, because some of us just heard "let me," some of us heard "let me out." And the interesting part for us is that the help was taken seconds before this.
Oh, wow.
So it was help, let me out.
Oh, it's really impressive.
That was pretty cool. Scott and Joe, two of our investigators, they were investigating up on the 3rd level. And Scott said that all he felt was his arm just thrust forward for no reason, and he couldn't understand what would do that to his arm, to physically jerk his arm like that.
Wow.
And then they started hearing footsteps going across the roof. And shortly after the footsteps stopped, they heard what sounded like somebody dragging something heavy across the roof.
Across the roof? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sounds like there's somebody walking on top of us. You hear that? That's a footstep. That's in the ceiling. Wow. Someone was dragging something.
Wow. So you can hear the steps and then dragging.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Barry and I went up and checked the roof to make sure nobody was up there. Paul and Susan walked around the building to make sure there was no other way up there or off of it.
There's no way anyone can get up there.
There was not. And there was nothing up there either to drag across the roof. It was very, very bizarre that they should be hearing these footsteps and this dragging sound.
Well, it's a confirmation that these things are really happening. So it's not a coincidence.
We have some video footage to show you that was recorded down in the basement. What we have is 2 cameras, a low-lux camera. This camera is designed to capture shadow. And also to the right, we have a thermal imaging camera. Both cameras are side by side, looking at the same perspective.
Okay.
You will see little boxes appear. Mm-hmm. That tracks movement. And the camera is seeing something move, but is having a problem in trying to capture that movement. Whatever this is, passes by the camera extremely fast. It operates much the same as our own eyes then, because we can't see 30 frames per second. To us it's a blur, and most of the shadows that we see tend to be blurred. And this is probably pretty common with the whole shadow theory. Of course, they move so fast. One of the cameras, the thermal imaging camera, which was running beside it, captured this image as it passed by.
It's very fast.
Yeah.
So what we're doing now, Luna, is showing you the piece on slow frame. We can see the edges of the corridor here in this thermal imaging. As this, whatever this is, comes into frame, we can almost see through it and see the lines continued. And it moved, of course, so fast. We can see that our camera was having serious problems trying to keep up with that type of movement. In wrap-up, I have to say the theatre has lived up to its reputation.
Okay.
And we're left, of course, with the fact that we believe that the theatre truly is haunted.
So it's good to know, finally, have some proof about it.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Not in a menacing way.
great, so there's really nothing to worry about.
Not at all.
Great, thank you for coming, and please come back and have a vacation.
Thank you, we would love it.
Well, I'm very glad that GHI came to San Juan and investigated the claims here at the Tapia Theater, and I was very surprised by the amount of information they were able to record, and the video that was shot on the basement proves what the people were saying, that they are seeing shadows over there. I wouldn't try to go to the basement without the lights on, that's for sure.
I thought Tapia Theatre was a great end to season 2.
It really was. It really was. There's so much evidence that came out of that place. I was really impressed with it.
I just want